now the jar bash is an actual feint punish.
Yeah, but only if you hit them, either actually hit them or hit them on block, right? Only then, right? So you feint crushing palm into liver knee, let's say, right? Or you feint
Bro,
crushing palm, temple
bro,
knock,
we gotta
and
stop.
liver
This
knee.
connection's crazy.
There's a
You're
bunch of
teleporting.
situations where they
I'm done
can
after this match. I'm
avoid it
leaving anyways.
earlier than not. And because you have a bunch of thrusts in a row here with cleaver, crushing, liver knee, they want to side avoid, right? They don't want to block all that. They want to side avoid. So I think having the true punish there is pretty important. It's definitely usable. I'm not a huge fan of this hook bounce knee shit. That's a personal thing.
I think the way Curly uses it though is really good. Like, he threatens a lot with the stance reset, which I think would be way better if. I think it would be better for his playstyle as if he put like spinning high kick there or something.
Yeah, that's what I was
Switches up
trying to
how
sub
much
the Mech
kick
last night.
Yeah.
Because
But it
it's
would
all
not work
safe.
for
But
me.
why not roll punch then?
Um,
No way to get to bottom
I
left.
just I wouldn't do the roll punch because when I do reset hook, I want like someone like Healy to be scared of the roll back fist, right? But because hook into
Yeah.
bounce knee is all safe on block, he also has to respect that. So now he's in a situation where if he lets me do reset hook on block, he has a 50-50 that's minimum 130 damage and does a lot of fucking
Only if you're
stamina damage.
bowling correctly, and if he doesn't have, certain moves in his deck,
Yeah.
right? Which,
But you'd be surprised, even with all that, how present it was, even when I was just fighting him just now. Like it really is super present and relative.
I think it suits Curly's playstyle. I think if you put something else there.
And then the roll
Right.
back fist is plus 10 means that they can't early duck the D smash, right? So if I feint the D smash, then I get a bounce knee.
only if you hit it though. Like, yeah, the plus 10 into drunk smash, I understand that. I understand why it's not flute.
You guys are having too smart of a conversation for
Yeah,
me.
especially because and then like when it's on block, right? The bounce knee is safe on block too after, so that's just an extra plus. And then the hook starter too, it like fits it perfectly.
You might want axe kick instead of guts punch. Might.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah, I was
don't
thinking
want
about
gut punch
changing
on it.
that.
But
I
then
was thinking
you
about
don't have a
that.
crap ton to go to top left if you do that.
Yeah, that's another thing. I was thinking stealing Joby's straight punch into. I think straight punch goes to top left. No.
So I think you can. I think this deck is certainly usable. But personally, like I value I look at the deck and then it's like, well, imagine you parry and you're getting all this stuff. Either you're hitting them with the 16s or you're forcing them to block because they don't have enough time to dodge, right? So they have to block, right? They get frame trapped. And then it's like, all right, imagine if I had like a front kick and just like immediately broke their guard or just like got more damage.
Yeah, I think at that point it's a playstyle preference.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Gamek was
You
like
also have
debating
to
it with
be
me last night too, and we got to this point where like if it works for me, then results are results. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to be willing to accept the challenge that, people are going to want to tap block this as much as they can, right? Even 16s and 17s on block can be tap blocked, right? And against a lot of good players, you'll end up fainting a bit or delay pressing a bit because you're not really sure what they're going to do, right? And then that's a lot of stamina they'll be getting back. And
I think that kind of suits Forsaken specifically though, because if you're delay pressing a lot, like it makes it easier to twitch react to certain things, right? And when you do get those good parries in those situations, every
Yeah.
stance gives you a 16. Like, I feel like that's really valuable for Forsaken.
I think most stances that you're in, if they have a 16 or a 17, yeah, that is really valuable, right? Like in my deck, I'm not in top right a lot. I have to reset into it. So, you know,
Yeah. I'm
you
not
know,
sure.
I
I
think
think the
about,
main problem is the
like,
death one.
I look at this and personally, I'd prefer having like, hook, front sweep, front kick, and then cleaver wobble. Is what I
I
would prefer.
really don't like Cleaver Wobble.
Yeah,
Why?
listen, I don't like wobble as a move very much either. I'm kind of tired of looking at it, but it looks goofy.
Plus, like,
Does more damage than it looks like it should.
the Jar Bash +4 makes the bounce move safe too. That's another reason why I have the Jar Bash there.
Maybe.
It acts kind of the same as Hook does, where there's certain moves that can beat it out, right? But
Yeah, that's
for the
what
most
I
part,
figured
it's
as well.
really safe. So that's just another thing that is annoying about it, you know. Like, I can put Wobble there, but then I don't have that kind of same luxury with Wobble face back fist. I have to do Gora.
Yeah, cleaver's really good. I keep thinking, like, what if it was roll punch instead? But cleaver's
Instead of
just so fucking good.
Cleaver's just really good for every matchup.
Yeah. And it's more consistent on confirms than roll punch, that's for sure. So,
Way more consistent. I think the +6 would be like good, but I just don't think it's. I don't think the +6 is worth. It's just not worth giving up Cleaver, especially for Forsaken.
Yeah, I think cleaver's probably the most consistent 16.
You know,
And
I'm
then it
actually
also
kind
frame
of.
traps pretty
I don't
often.
know. Bounce Me is also actually really consistent as the punish. Like, I
Like
get
as an unlock
sometimes when I
reset
get
punch.
like a cleaver parry, I get bouncing more often than I get the cleaver.
Yeah.
And then
The
bounce
only
me is
thing,
doing
the only
fucking
thing I'd
cleaver
really
damage.
consider is if back left was a 20 frame stance instead.
Back left, like a spinning wide hook stance.
No, like a drunk smash or flute stance. I mean, you could do Chad hook if you really wanted to, but you want something that's safe.
Wait, Curly.
Plus
Why
10.
don't Curly? Why not after? Why don't you just put Drunken Smash in sequence on bottom right and bottom or alt in bottom left, and then do low back fist pushed elbow?
Because it's kind of
Low
like,
back fist is kind of shit on Forsaken to me.
yeah, that's one
Really?
thing, right? And I
Yeah.
want, if I'm gonna
Because
throw like the way I use that stance is like I'm hit confusing the +10 on the RBF before I throw the drunk smash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to put myself in a
Oh,
position where I do low back fist and I'm just +7. I can get matched out, right? I want the hit confirm into the drunk smash.
yeah, I mean, at best you put chin palm, right? In other instances, you might put pushed elbow as your starter. Pushed elbow
Yeah.
as the sequence starter in bottom left with drunk smash as an opener is kind of interesting, but then you have two 14 frame stances and that feels kind of bad.
Oh my fucking god.
So you kind of have to accept the challenge of, you know, somebody trying to tap block and you know, they're, you know, in some ways you have to make more reads to get through someone's stamina, right?
Yeah, that's partly true. I agree.
Um, but you have some options on parry to mitigate that, right?
That's another reason why I kind of just let it rock, right?
And you
Like,
also have to like know which moves in a deck, and it changes from match to match based on connection,
yeah,
right? But you know, you gotta figure out what you can get, you know, where you can get 16s on parry, and not just like as a confirm, but also to frame trap them. You know, that's why Liverny is so good, because you have, you know, shit tons of frame advantage. I wish you had something like that for your top right, you know. Like, I understand the hook bounce knee thing, but I also think about, you know, roll punch and stuff.
I think there could be like a different variation where roll punch is there. It would work pretty good. But
Yeah.
I think in the way this is set up, I feel like changing anything other than this, like the bottom left, would kind of gut the deck. The bottom
Well,
left
it would
is
certainly play a lot differently. That I agree. Like, in that sense, like the deck would play a lot differently. But when it got the deck, it'd still be usable. It's just plays different.
yeah.
Um,
I think if you are gonna try the roll punch thing, I don't think it'll like you're gonna have to worry too much about like the safe pressure thing, just because it is since it's a 17 frame, just because you still have
Yeah.
that safe option to roll back fist.
what I've been thinking about is like how, you know, even against good players, it can be like, yeah,
What can
17 frames are reactable, right? But it's much easier to hit 17 frames on guard, because it's much easier to make people unsure of what you want to throw than, you know, it is for really good players to react to 20 frames and 22 frames and, you know, weasel out of a punish. So I think, you know, while the hook bounce knee plays differently than hook roll punch, there is some value to it. And also, in this deck, I'd consider flipping it.
Flipping it.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Really.
You'd rather bounce knee, or you'd rather have cleaver jar bash as your reset instead of hook bounce knee?
Yeah, I'd rather reset into cleaver crushing, which is a lot of pressure, right? With Jarbash alt to chase people down when people want to be cringe backwalkers, and there's still people around like that. You know, then, you know, reset into bounce knee, which, okay, I block the bounce knee, and then what?
you mix?
I can early avoid face back fist and avoid a punish. I can react and not take that much of a punish. I also think it's going to be easier to get guard breaks. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. You reset into bounce knee. What the hell is your guard break combo?
That's the only bad thing about it, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't have a good guard break
So,
combo with a
so you
bounce knee.
reset into more pressure, and you reset into good guard break combo.
Mr. Pineapple hopped on the boat?
Yeah, that's probably better. I would think it's better. You know, you can still always reset into like Jarbash, safe bounce knee, right? Like you still don't lose that safe bounce knee after reset, you know, mash. Your reset mash is a little bit different, sure, but
Mm.
I could see why you would like hook as your reset better though. It's easier to mash with, right?
That's like, and then even if it's just, even if it's blocked, there's still like the RBF bounce knee mix that you have to care about. So like,
But
I reset it and you have to care about it.
oh, that kind of sucks. I wasn't about this whole time. Crushing Jarbash being a breakpoint really fucking sucks.
I'm
Really
ready.
sucks.
Achilles.
What?
I'm ready if you want to keep going.
And that
I'll do one more. Also, I'm gonna change one thing in my deck. Just one thing.
that makes Wobble a lot better because against Faejin you can get Cleaver into Wobble punish if they're in front stance. So and then if it's Wobble, then yeah, Hook is definitely the better reset.
I've not seen someone use those fucking pants in so long.
These pants are fire.
So it looks like you got big ass junk.
Exactly. Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. That's the one thing I change about this deck when fighting against the Forsaken.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Yeah, that's actually terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh,
The only
that's.
problem is I have to keep remembering to do it. That's
I think
it.
faint sidekick spinning is like a punish. Like I think.
What is?
You also there's no
Faint
true
side-
heavy punish in your deck other than Drunk Smash into Bounce Knee. But it's buried third in slot, which kind of feels bad. And having a heavy feint punish is really nice, especially when you know Forsaken gets heavy feint punished by fucking everything under the sun.
No, but we're carried, bro. We're privileged. Remember?
Arcade.
We're privileged Forsaken players.
As I.
I think there's literally only one player who says that.
I don't even say it as a seriousness either.
Somebody said that seriously once, and I forget who.
You know.
Really.
Yeah, that's right. That happened.
That is annoyingly good.
Yeah.
Ain't.
Really. Oh my god.
When I'm thinking about my decks as well, like I'm also thinking about how I'm gonna make the damage back when I get feint punished by huge moves.
He still did it.
And
If I lost, I would have been confident I could make it up in the next round, maybe. I don't know. The way I think is
Dang.
you know, I think about like the Windfall matchup a lot, where you know, I'm getting feint punished by bigger moves than them typically, and then they're also getting more stamina on every style ability with similar confirms. So how am I gonna make back that stamina difference and that feint punish
Oh
difference?
fuck! I gotta go after this game, Curly. Sorry.
No, you're
Forgot
good,
that
dude.
was
You're
last
good.
one.
You're good.
He's gotta go.
You know, and some of those things translate into other matchups as well.
Guy's a psycho. Yeah. God, that is annoying that I get feint punished by that.
GG Slayer.
Yeah, it is annoying. Which is why I think, like, you know, reset, feint punish, you know, spinning high kick, liver knee
I mean,
is really
I
good
think,
because it's a very
like,
immediate way to make back either the stamina or the damage.
I think the way my deck is set up is like that only really matters if I let it matter because I can always just mash bounce me, mash cleaver, mash deliver, mash face back fist, right? And it'll beat it out if I just block whatever they like. If he does roll punch spinning, I'm pretty sure I can mash out with cleaver and bounce me every time, and I just don't have to care about the mix up. And if I care about him avoiding, I just do it with cleaver, and then he gets nothing off of it, right? So I feel like it only matters that much if I let it matter that much.
I don't think you have a choice.
I don't know.
Right? You only have the moves you have, and those
No,
moves
because
have certain
Yogi was trying to
properties.
do it earlier, and I was just kind of negating the entire mix-up by just pressing bounce near cleaver. Like I feel like if I let it matter, then it matters. But if I just
What
don't,
entire mix-up?
the fucking the thing he swapped out, like roll punch into spinning or
Yeah.
roll punch into side kick. Like I just focus on the side kick, and if I think he's gonna feint it or do the spinning mix up, I just throw cleaver.
Yeah.
That negates the entire thing.
That's only one mix-up. You know, there's a lot of different mix-ups you're gonna come across. Right? You know, you're gonna have to deal with, you know, sometimes back fist punishing itself when you bite on it. You're gonna have to deal with, if you don't early parry face back fist, getting punished by that. You're gonna have to deal with spinning high kick feint into 20 frame. You're gonna have to deal with 20 frame feint into spinning high kick. Right? There are even instances where if you parry late enough on a spinning high kick, you get punished by a spinning high kick. And, you know, that's like, you know, let's say I throw face back
Are you still on
fist.
Forsaken?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
so,
up for second.
So I throw face back fist, then you parry for that. Then I reset spinning high kick. You can't early parry anymore. You just get, you know, you parry for spinning high kick again, but I feinted into spinning high kick. There's situations like that where you can't get out of getting hit by spinning high kick.
Right.
So and your feint punishes are all kind of bad, except for maybe cleaver. But and drunk smash, but that's third in slot, so that's not very helpful. And I value feint punishes a lot.
I think especially versus Windfall, you're right.
Well, I think about even versus Faejin, like at least I can try to get Liberty Wobble or Cleaver Wobble or face back fist burra. I mean, you have that. You don't have Cleaver Wobble though. You don't have Liberty Wobble. Bounce knee burr will probably work. I'm not sure crushing palm will work. It probably will, but it might not. Especially against back stance Faejin. If you feint hook, you probably won't get a feint
Wanted
punish
to get out
against
of
Faejin.
the steps. Hold on.
Hook step cancel probably won't give you a feint punish, much like temple knock feint punish.